Hi everybody, this is Dan. Welcome back to Ink Gaming's Fallout 76. I am rejoining my newer character right outside Vault 76 where I left it. Looks like there's another player called Well-Hung Apes. How unfortunate. So as you can see, the responder corps still doesn't have any. Oh, we got some robots out. There we go. We got some XP. Look at that. That guy's going at it. We really don't have any ammo. It would be nice if we found a melee weapon. Now, technically, with again, key mappings will differ, obviously, but you can't melee like that. You see that sort of a pistol whip. You can certainly. So this guy is trying to. Oh no. Okay, that's all good. So it would be good if we could find a melee weapon, obviously. Handcuffs, that's stuff that we'll just destroy. It'll be materials. But I guess I should take a quick step back. So stuff that you find like plates, stuff on the ground, it's only there for whoever picks it up first. Now that stuff will eventually reset, but it's really only there for who picks it up first. So I think there might have been a melee weapon originally, like if you were just starting on an instance and it was just you when you walked out of the vault. I think there might have been a melee weapon there. Unfortunately for me, there have been players around, right? So I didn't get my grubby little hands on one. Now I'm just going back behind the vault because I want to show you on logs and stumps. If you get close to them, you can gather wood scraps, which are useful for building wood walls and things like that in your camp. In addition, they're good for like cooking dirty water and making it into boiled water and cooking meat and things like that. Like I could have sworn there used to be like a melee weapon the first time I played, like right here. Oh well. Okay. So we can explore going the way that guy went if we want. Really what we're doing is you get XP for killing. You get XP for crafting. You probably get some XP for exploring or finding new places you haven't been. You also get XP for quests, whether they're daily quests, event quests, main quests, side quests. So the only quest we have right now, if you look at the compass, well, upper right is first contact, check down the Overseer. It appears to be 23 meters or feet in this general direction, near the south. You can also see there's a couple not filled in icons in the southern direction. One looks kind of like a little industrial thing and one looks like a little house or something. And those usually indicate that there's kind of what you're seeing, something up ahead. And usually if you get close enough, you'll reveal it on the map. And then you can fast travel to it in the future. Now it looks like we've got Pennington here.
Sir, I found this holotape on the Overseer's terminal.
Why, thank you, Pennington.
Seems you should meet her at her camp, just down the road.
Okay, so apparently we're supposed to meet her at the camp. As you can see, our objective is updated, and now we have a new diamond, and it's further. Again, I would love... Here's a squirrel. Squirrel doesn't seem aggressive. So what happens if I do this to the squirrel? Okay, squirrel's too fast for me. I wasn't sprinting, but I kind of reacted late. I didn't want to waste a bullet. So I'm gathering this stuff because... you can make a healing paste, you can make a tea with boiled water, and that would be nice. So I'm kind of headed down this way rather than straight down the stairs because it looks like there's a location pretty close right over here. And I'm doing this purely based on the fact that it's getting fairly big on my compass. Now, is that good or is that bad? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and gather some wood as I go. May end up needing it. Yep, you see, there's a little house or something right ahead here that we're coming into. Now, there could be bad guys, but we are in desperate need of some loot. and again with these other couple players near us. So what I said was the stuff on the ground, whoever gets it first kind of gets it. But sometimes containers and corpses. Yeah, waste. Well, I don't want to say waste. So he's spitting at me. Here we go. There we go. Where's the other one? There it is. If I can hit it. Man, I need some bullets like nobody's business, right? Okay, so I took a good bit of damage. Now, looks like there's more ticks in there. What you also notice is now I have a little red bar on my hit point bar. That little red bar is radiation. So as you take more and more radiation, it fills the bar from the right, meaning that your hit points, you can't have as many hit points because it's filling the bar. That's why you use things like Radaway. Oh, this is a level 8 tick. Okay, so we can take this industrial cleaner, these gas canisters, some glowing resin, moonshine jug, nothing in the toolbox, honey jar, ooh, a stim pack, we'll need that, bubble gum, bunch of jars. Okay, we found our first workstation. So there are different types, an armor, a weapon, we'll take this hide bundle, chemistry, tinkers, I'm sure I'm missing one. Oh, look, a duffel bag with some money. We got some dirty water here. And in the chemistry station, oh, there's a campfire. I'm forgetting multiple other ones. Quite a few. We can take the metal bucket. So we're going to take a quick look because it's going to show us some things. So I'm going to go, rather than to craft, I'm going to go into scrap items first. So, unfortunately, and I'm hoping they will change this, I guess they have. You got your filters across the top, right? Now, most stuff's going to appear under junk, but if you leave inventory, it'll show the costumes you have, your weapons. So if you know you only want to do certain things, you can use the filter. But of course, how much is in here shows you my weight. I'm carrying 40 out of my max of 155. As you mouse over each thing, in the center of the screen, it's going to tell you the kind of materials it'll break down into, steel, oil, and the weight of the object as it is. And in theory, the cap value. Okay? There's an option T, scrap all junk. Anything that's like not a weapon, not armor, not a food item, not a chemical, pretty much fits, not a costume, fits the junk category, and it'll just scrap them all. And that's the quick way to go, especially when you're just looking to get materials. So I'm going to hit T. It tells you all the stuff that it's going to be broken down into. Great. Now you see my inventory is so much more clear. And I'm also carrying less weight. Well, I've got those materials that it broke down into. The materials tend to weigh less than the original components of the items. So unless you're wanting to sell the stuff for caps, it's a way to run a little bit lighter and get to the base materials. Okay. Now let's take a quick look at the crafting you could do on the chemistry station. We're not going to have access to everything, but it'll give you a brief idea. So it looks like we can boil water if we have dirty water, or make purified water. Looks like we can make ammo here, potentially, if we have gunpowder, energy ammo. We don't have all the things unlocked, we should, but it looks like we can make some kinds of healing things, like those diluted stim packs. Those are kind of nice because often you just need a little bit of healing versus a full stim pack's worth of healing. So there you go. Let's go ahead and boil the water just for kicks. You can see it just takes 2 dirty water, which we just picked up, and it takes 1 of the woods that we picked up, which we have 25 of, 21 of. Ignore me. Anyway, you just do that, boom, gives you some XP, and there you go. Now, if we had a stove, which we'll probably find, a campfire kind of a deal, we could take that boiled water and take those soot leaves, or flowers, I should say, that we've been picking up. Oh, see, we got competition here. So this is a guy who's fighting with us, right, for raw materials. Oh, look, it's a combat knife. Looks like we got a recipe there. So he can't get any of this stuff because I just basically took it. There's a weapons workstation. I'm going to take whatever that was. I'll take the industrial cleaner. And we got some tatos, which are, I believe, basically tomatoes, but we're calling them tatos now. And looks like we're pretty well looted here, guys. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens. So no ammo. But what I am going to do is, we did find a hunting knife, right? A combat knife. And that's probably, I'm not going to guarantee it, it's probably better than for melee. Maybe a little bit easier, maybe quicker. So I'm actually going to put that in the, whoop, not what I meant to do. There was a way to do this and oh. Space, no. C to change. So then you can put whatever you want or you can choose from your favorites. Do a C change here, we'll put our pipe pistol there. Okay, now when we do one, then we got our knife out. We can block, because we still don't have much for ammo. Okay, so now we're going to head off-road, and we're basically headed down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to head over here first, rather than. I hear some gunfire. It could be robots. Could be fun stuff like that. There's a, yeah, look, there's a wooden structure over here. Is that a bug? Yeah, it looks like a bug. Two bugs of some sort. And again, that would be all, wow, my health is quite a bit down. That's unfortunate. Oh, look at us. We're knife experts. Yeah, that's us. Okay, so we got some more materials. Log piles. We can, oh, there's a cooking fire. We'll maybe cook some tea here since we're getting a little thirsty in a minute. But first we're going to see what, oh, we got some rounds. I don't know whether that's for the gun we have, but got some beer bottles and vodka bottles. Moonshine jug. We can play the banjo. Another beer bottle, right? I know. Doesn't sound like it's that great loot, but you know, you take what you can get in the wilderness. Okay, we got some other stuff there. We got a metal bucket. That'll be good for some scrap metal. Just take a peek-see around here. We got a tatto plant. Okay, so now that we did that, it wasn't quite, you know, that great, but let's sit down to the cooking station real quick. Okay, so here we collected some more dirty water, so we can go ahead and boil this up. Sounds good. Do that. Looks like we can make some tea. We can make some tatto juice. But before we do that, what kind of food can we make? Syrup. Well, you know, it tells you what it does. It's going to give us some rads, but it's going to heal some foot points. It's going to get 10% of our food bar back for half a pound of weight or whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world. We got some glowing resin. Maybe we should use it. There's heals. These are just different views, right? Plants versus. So I'm thinking, let's make some tea. Now, looking at the difference between these two teas, the tatto juice is worth more, but effectively weight, hit points, effect, these are exactly the same. Let's just make as much as we could with the water we had. And I'm thinking about going ahead and just making this syrup. I guess we can hold off. Okay. So now, let's take a quick look at our inventory and our Pip-Boy. So these are our two weapons. Looks like we got a wood right leg at some point. This counts as armor. If you see right in the center of my screen, it shows damage resist. 2 is the armor value against like ballistics, melee weapons, that kind of stuff. The electrical bolt is against like energy, so like plasma, laser, that kind of stuff. And then there's a radiation protection, which this doesn't have any of. Condition is how much condition it's got left. We can repair these at an armor workstation. And then the weight, it's how much it weighs, and then the value. You can get mods on armor and weapons, and then it would have other words, like it might be shadowy wood right leg or something. Well, it's armor, right? Let's put it on. Okay? Doesn't take off our costume or our helmet. It's just now we have an armor value on that leg. Great. Taking a quick look through our other stuff, we've got, let's drink. We just made some drinks, right? And if you look in the bottom right, we're a little thirsty. So let's drink this tea. Yeah, there we go. That was good. We've got some other food values or items, so we're pretty good there. Let's drink tato juice. There we go. And by the way, this is giving us a little healing too. And remember, we were hurt. Now, do we really want to eat this steak? I think we probably do. We're about that hungry. Yeah, let's go ahead and eat the steak. That'll be a lot of hit points too. That'll be nice. And then this bubble gum, we could sell it, but look, 50% slower hunger and thirst for 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. That way we don't have to worry about eating and drinking as much for now. Okay. So as you can see, looking at dots on the map, looks like Well-Hung Apes is down at this industrial place. That's where we're going to head next. We did get this as a reveal. You see it's blue now, so if I click on it, we could fast travel for 1 cap. Mind you, we don't have any caps, but you get the drift. So let's go see if this guy didn't loot everything and at least mark this industrial site. So let's head down that way. Again, as we go, we can get some wood. It's pretty easy. I'm going to say this. Looks like we can harvest a fire cap. It's pretty easy to over collect in this game. We're going to get to a point pretty soon where we have access to a personal stash, and there are multiple places around the world that you can access it, plus in your own camp, but it only can carry about 400 weight worth of stuff. And that's quite a bit of materials, but if you start storing like weapons and stuff, armor in it, it goes really fast. Now you can always try and sell stuff. There are some merchants. There's 4 different factions. The merchants that belong to each one share how many caps they have, and it resets on your character daily. It's 200 caps per faction. So if you had lots of loot you could sell, it's a good way to collect some caps. So we're headed down here. You see this? Sort of a logging or industrial camp here. We're going to head in here. I don't know what's going to be here. I'm thinking it's probably going to be kind of cleaned out, both from an enemy perspective and from a loot. Oh. I was thinking that because that one guy was headed down here, but I've been known to be wrong. Apparently there are some ticks here. Come here, ticky tick. Hey, wasn't nice. Get some friends around here? Okay, so I'm gaining radiation from something. Not 100% sure. Sometimes there'll be barrels. Sometimes creatures apply radiation. Grab this wood, grab that wood. I think there's probably more ticks around here. It's just going to be a guess of mine. There's Well-Hung Apes. We got some... Oh, cool. We got some beer. Not just beer bottles, actual beer. Here we go. Got some more ammunition. We never turn ammunition down. Some mentats. That's a drug of some sort. Some pretty easily gatherable wood. Kind of makes sense, right? So I'm going to actually switch to my gun. So we've gotten more bullets than this, but we haven't gotten the right bullets, if you will. I have to check and see what kind of bullets this... Look, that's more good stuff. You never want to turn down good stuff, right? Okay, so looks like we got a second building over here. And it has workstations, I can tell already. So let's go upstairs Check this fun out. We got, oh look, our first note. So you don't have to pick up, you can read them for the story, whatever. Some notes or things like that will start a quest. Um, some will not, so just it is what it is. Looks like there's a robot out there. I'm not sure whether he is protecting or whether he would be, we would have combat ensue. Okay, Nuka-Cola bottles. So we have a tinker's workbench, it looks like. Got some dirty water there, nothing in that cabinet. And we gathered some more wood. Oh, what do we got? Nothing in the tool chest. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the tinker workstation. So just again, this is generally you'll unlock other recipes as you go, but in the tinker workstation it looks like you can make ammo. You can bulk up stuff. So like if you end up with too much steel or too much cloth and you can't sell it when it's shredded, but if you bulk it up, which takes a certain amount of the ingredient plus a little bit of plastic, you can then sell that bulk material at a vendor. So it's a way certainly to sell it. And you see we can make energy ammo. Okay, so this is generally where you make explosives and ammos here at the Tinker Station. But if you remember, at the Chem Station you make like the gunpowder and stuff for the ammo. If that makes sense. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and exit, except that I do want to scrap. I've found quite a bit of stuff. Use the T scrap all option again. And look at that. So now we're down to, oh, that's kind of funny. We have a mod. This would be if we had a leather leg, we could make it a girded leather leg at probably no cost, I guess, material cost or something. It's very interesting. I could individually scrap this. I'm going to keep it. It doesn't scrap beer bottles either. And I'm guessing that's because there's probably something eventually where you'll be able to fill them. But you can scrap them individually if you want to get the glass. And you might because they weigh half a pound each. Kind of sucks. Okay. So I have an objective here, folks. We showed you a little bit of combat. We showed you a number of the workstations. And I am hoping, I have to do a little bit more looting here. Hate to pass up an opportunity, right? There, nice little silver locket. I want to head towards where we're supposed to be heading, which is, it looks like we can pass a farm. I'm trying to think about how much time I have episode-wise. We have a little bit of time, so maybe we'll be able to stop by the farm. It is right on the way. Of course, again, I expect it to be fairly well looted by our company, as it were. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of these. These are like petrified ghouls. If you break them, sometimes you get some loot, but there's radiation that happens. I don't know whether it's worth it. You can back away, of course, but I don't know whether it's worth it to do it or, and maybe take some radiation or just not do it. So as you can see, this place is looted. We got a tinker's bench. That's fine. It's just unfortunate because I'm pretty sure these guys have looted the crap out of this place, which means no real loot for us. Then we have a house. Again, oh, we got something up there. Maybe I should head up there. As a matter of fact, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to head up here just in case this is not really looted, because we definitely saw the guy. Oh. Now, usually you end up with so many guns and hopefully lots of ammo, because when you run across Scorched, they often have a gun. But as you can see, I'm going to switch back to my knife because, truth be told, I just went through a lot of our ammo. So we have a weapons workbench. That's nice. This is what explosive crates look like. No, those are just a wooden crate. Still, it's got goods in it. Who are we to complain? We got a bobblehead. You find these. They're not like the original Fallouts. These basically, when you use them, if you use them, they usually like raise a stat for an hour. An hour is a decent amount of time. That's an hour real time. But You know, I guess otherwise you sell them or give them to your friends or sell them to players or I don't know, let them take space in your stash forever and ever. Okay. Unfortunately, so now we have a pipe pistol. This is what we're using, guys. It uses 38 bullets. Okay, does 12 quote damage, right? Fire rate 60, range of 84. This one, look at that. Damage is way better. It does use 308 rounds. Of course, we have more 308 rounds. But what you'll notice about this one is the fire rate is a lot less. Range is a little bit better, accuracy a little bit better. You know what's going to happen here. We'll carry both just temporarily, but we're going to go into our inventory. We're going to go to weapons. We're going to favorite this one as well. Oh, that is not what Dan meant to do. Favorite is C, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit our favorite key, and it's currently in the 3 position. Okay, so now at least, sorry, sometimes it's feel like the key layout slash keyboard is very console based, and so yeah, I press things that sometimes take me to places where I did not originally intend. So let's quickly hop, skip, and a jump over to the house. Looks like, oh, this isn't even the house. This is a barn. So you can actually sneak. Look at that, sneak attack. We get two times damage for our first shot. That's very nice. Look at that. We got some 38 ammo. You know we wanted that. That was what our first gun used. Screwdriver. Take a quick look around here. Doesn't look like a whole lot, my friend. What do we got? An armor workbench. That's nice. We've seen almost all the workbenches at this point. Pack of cigarettes. And then quickly to the house. Right? Yeah. Now again, I suspect the house to be fully loaded. I'm going to put my gun away. We saw our friend. Not really our friend, but the other player. So he killed this, so I'm not expecting to see anything for me on it. So here, out of things like this, you can collect water. It'll be dirty water, and what you're going to see in my bottom right, I'm gaining rads. But until you find a way to collect, like, water in another way, this is what you're going to have to do, and then you're just going to eventually have to use a rad away. So it doesn't hurt for us to collect some water so we can boil it, so we can make some teas. Now, mind you, there's so much stuff out there to loot that you could probably keep yourself going, at least, from a dehydration perspective, on cola and, purified water you find in a can and stuff like that. Oh, that was Dan reloading. Nothing wrong with the reload, right? So, look, see, I can take this metal bucket. You don't want the metal bucket? What's wrong with this guy? That's loot, right? Okay. We got Old Possum. That's actually beer. That's not just a bottle. That's a kind of beer. Okay, we take a look around here. Bathroom, toilet paper. Sometimes in the mirror, it's like a medicine cabinet. So you'll find drugs or things like that, or other lootables. So, yeah, see, that was another beer. I grabbed the drinking glass. Bobby pin, that's for picking locks. Ooh, soap in a chemistry jar. Oh, there's a corpse here. Cheswick. Oh, the cat. The poor kitty cat. That's not nice. We can read this message. Blah, 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 blah. That's basically the dialogue of all games for me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I really need to get my cookies moving for you guys. I've spent entirely too much time here. So, where is the compass? The compass says this way. As I grab a silver locket out of the mailbox. Okay, this is, so I hit the run key. Looks like we got a deer. They're called ragstags. There's 2 of them actually, and let's see if we can kill this puppy. Wow. Is our pistol that bad? Nope. My aim was that bad. Okay, so a couple things. Got some silt beans. We got some Ragstad meat and Ragstad hide. Ragstad meat and Ragstad hide. Dan's gonna reload. We're moving our little tushies. Yeah, what do we got? We got a little wooden bridge, covered bridge coming up. Sounds good. Looks like we're 90 meters or feet to the location where we want. So I just ran out of APs. That's fine. That's to be expected. Grabbing some glowing fungus from the banks of the river. And time to cross over. Looks like there's a crate. See if there's anything in it for us. Guess you could call that something, right? And let's see if our friends are here. They may have already left. So you didn't have to hit those three or four little locations I hit, but you know, why not? It was on the way. There's loot to be had. So here's the Overseer's camp. Oh, this is bad. You're about to see Dan die on. I hate it when they shift like that. I thought it was H. Oh, that's Dan dying. Well, that was a poor performance. I forgot what my stim key was. I think it was actually equal? It will be curious. I'm curious where it will respawn me. So what I was going to say before we got attacked is before I interact with the camp here, I was going to call it an episode. But I think it's only appropriate that we call it an episode now that I have died. Looks like I could respawn right on the camp. That's obviously not working correctly, by the way. Also, it showed the picture of my other character. It didn't actually show the picture of me. Now, when you die, what happens is you drop not all your stuff. Usually it's like some of your junk stuff. Same thing in PvP, so I can actually go ahead and take everything. I don't know that there was any real penalty just now, but there you go. So now, I could go get revenge, but I'm good. Did I kill any? Am I that bad? Oh, I killed one. There's a gold fork. I swear, normally I'm better than this. But we're going to call it an episode here. Please like if you like. This is probably where I'll wait to meet up with Kelly if Kelly wants to start another character. This is a good spot, the Overseer's camp, and then we can sort of do the newbie quests. I'll talk with Kelly about it, and we'll see. Maybe I'll record. They kind of send you on and teach you how to cook something, even though we cook something. They teach you how to get some liquid and that kind of stuff. Sort of like a newbie little quest tutorial. Like the episode, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow this or any of our series. Looking forward to some more fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.